been doing. Hopefully I can do at least 45 minutes today. Let's see what happens. Just get this coffee off my mouth. I've had a beautiful day today. Hope all of you have had a good day. And I always say, if you haven't had a good day, that's fine. We all have bad days. Everybody has bad days. I had yesterday, I wouldn't say yesterday, yeah, yesterday wasn't a great day, but today was a really good day. So, when you have a bad day, it makes you appreciate when you have a good day. Right, so yeah, just give me a few minutes, guys and girls, because yeah, it's just been a great day today. I had a really good gym session, and I'm just all my excitement, all my adrenaline, just kind of calming down from that. Then I had some coffee. The waiter here is so friendly, I didn't even expect it. He gave me a free coffee. I did a short video, maybe I'll talk about that. It's the second free coffee I've had this week. I didn't even expect it. It's always nice when it happens. See, manners goes a long way, when you treat people well, especially when you don't expect it, and you're just nice to people, friendly, and you've got the courage to, you've got the courage, to be loving towards people and make people feel comfortable. These are the blessings that can happen. So today's live stream is about facing your anxiety and facing your specific anxiety triggers, because we've all got them. And I did a short video today. I hope a lot of you would appreciate it. Don't be ashamed for having anxiety, because everyone has experienced it. And I've had it for so many years in my life, and I've also overcome it. And a big thing for me and a big thing for my clients, and I've learned this from other people, is for your own sake, you've got to get to a stage where you're not ashamed anymore. And you shouldn't be ashamed. You don't have anything to be ashamed of, because anxiety is a really crippling, challenging mental health problem that a lot of people suffer with, and I've suffered a lot of it as well. But I can give you hope, because I've been able to change my life on several occasions. And if I just think about the day that I've had today and not go back 20 years ago, which is fine, or 10 years ago, or 2 years ago, today's been a success, because I had to face my anxieties today, to enjoy today, to get gratitude, and to help other people to do the same. Yeah, hopefully we can get some questions in today. But yeah, I'm just processing that gym session. It was amazing. I didn't expect it to go well today. And that's a big part of, recovering from anxiety. And I think it's not just recovering from anxiety, it's for everybody. Everybody goes through that challenge. It doesn't matter who you are, or how confident you are, or where you are in your life. We all have an anxiety or a stress that, we want things to go well, and we worry that they're not going to go well. So of course it's nice to have the confidence to believe in yourself and say, well, today's going to be a great day at the gym. But that doesn't always work. So it's nice to have a plan B and say, well, I'm not going to expect it to go well or not well, but I'm going to find gratitude. I think that's where I can explain a lot of the gratitude that I've found, that I practice on a day-to-day basis, which has come from going through a lot of anxiety, but also coming out on the other side and experiencing so much joy and peace. And the opposite of anxiety, which I guess is being free from anxiety, even if that's for a couple of hours or a whole day or several weeks, you really appreciate it. We all do. So when you don't expect it, which I didn't today, I kind of went in with the mindset that I'm just grateful to be able to go to the gym, because I remember times where I couldn't afford the gym, or when we did have money, the gyms were closed down because of the lockdown. And I really enjoyed my workout. I got into it, and I was really proud of myself in a healthy way, and I felt grateful, and I was happy to share that enthusiasm with all of you, and hope that it will rub off, and you'll get the motivation that you need, and you'll go to the gym, and you'll gain some confidence, and you'll enjoy your life. I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it. we can only do one day at a time. Tomorrow's not promised for any of us. And a lot of people that are in the grip of anxiety, and I go through this as well, and it's, again, nothing to be ashamed of at all. We start to worry about how's tomorrow going to go, how will next week go, how will next year go, how will the next 10 years go. And we can't control that in that sort of way, and that's given into the anxiety. But if you just say, I'm going to let go of control of that, right? Like one of my managers said when I was at Royal Mail, wow, how many years ago was it? Man, time flies. I was 22 years of age. I'm 40 years young. 18 years ago, one of my managers, who was lovely to me, Michael, he always treated me with respect. He was like a mentor. And he said to me, said, Mr. O'Halloran, he said, change what you can change, accept what you can't change, and be smart enough to know the difference between the two, which is the same thing as control what you can control. Do your job to the best of your ability, but stop worrying about, everything going wrong, because you can't control reality to a certain degree. You can't control everything. None of us can. And that's great advice for anxiety recovery or in any area. This is a daily practice that I practice. I'm practicing it right now. I teach it to my clients. I share it with anybody that asks me. They don't have to be a client of mine. I'll help anyone that I can help who asks for my help. Obviously, within the realms of it not giving me mental health problems or breaching boundaries or anything like that. But in the correct way, I'll help anyone if I can. It always feels good to do that. So that's more another explanation. Another thing is as well is easier said than done, but to stop overthinking, I'm going to give you some strategies right now that can work. So in any order, it doesn't matter how you do it. Hitting a punch bag, I get so passionate when I talk about this, bloody hell, getting soft in my old age. Softness is a strength. I'm gonna start crying. Hitting a punch bag, that's why I love boxing and training. For anybody, you haven't got to be a boxer, and you haven't got to be, just be yourself. Go on the bag. I've got videos online. I post my videos pretty much daily to help people, inspire them, to share my gratitude. If you work out on the bag until you can't, until you're tired and you sweat, you'll notice it should happen quite quickly, but it might take some time. Either way is fine. You start thinking. And that's when anxiety doesn't exist. Let's be honest, right? Let's get down to some truths. My name's Jonathan. Nice to meet you. So, when you're not thinking, when you're not overthinking, when you're not obsessively thinking, when you're not worrying, when you're not scared, when you're not stressed out, anxiety doesn't exist. I know it's easier said than done, because when you're going through massive amounts of anxiety, you're going to say, it's not working, or it might be difficult. I understand that, which is why you've got to persevere. So when you're training and doing physical training, once you get into the training and you enjoy it and you relax, you don't have anxiety. So that's why I love training, and I love especially running and boxing. I just love training. I've loved it since I was a young kid all the way up into an adult. I also like teaching it and sharing it with good people that want to learn. I'm great today, Frank. How are you doing, mate? Blessed day today. So 100%, it's therapy. Yeah, it's absolutely therapy. It's therapy. It may not be therapy in the conventional classical sense, which I also love, and that's a big part of what I teach and what people have helped me with, which is speaking, which is so important. But it's a practical therapy, and any decent good therapist or a mentor or a teacher or professional will say to you, if you've got anxiety and you're stressed and you're worried, or you've got major anxiety, go and exercise. It will make you feel better. So that's the reason why I put the videos out, because it's something, I can't even get the right words. This happens a lot lately. It's such a great awkward moment. This is an awkwardness that I love, and I like everybody seeing me get awkward so they can have the confidence to not feel ashamed and embarrassed if they get awkward. And I get tongue-tied and I get emotional because this means so much to me, because I know how much it means to all of you. And I know what good people have done for me, and I know what boxing and exercise has done for me. And what it's done, it's made me feel the way I feel now, which is confident, humble, grateful, appreciative, and want to help good people and share with them so they can get the same results and experience the peace and the joy and the love and the genuine humility and gratitude that I get. Of course not, man. More than happy for you to share that. You don't even have to ask you a gentleman, man. Please share, man. I had a good feeling about your about you and your life a while ago, but let's hear it. I'm not going to speak. I was about to answer, and I shouldn't do that. It's not good manners. I'll let you answer. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to create content. You know, everyone who makes content has got to face their anxiety, and that's a beautiful thing. That's nothing to be ashamed of. A good exercise, Brian, for everyone, I do it myself, I get my clients, is to admit and to just say, I'm not saying that you are, but you might be. Call it out and say, I'm really frightened to make content right now. I've got anxiety, it makes me frightened. See how good you'll feel when you do that. Then let the dust settle, find the courage, make the content. Great exercise, helps me a lot and my clients. Waiting for the good news, Frank. With anxiety as well, it's also about getting really, really familiar with the feelings and getting comfortable, acceptant, or willing, grateful, whatever word works for you, I suppose, to help. That's 10 out of 10, Frank. You're gonna laugh, right? I thought you were gonna tell me that you're about to be a father. I honestly thought you were gonna say that. That would have been great news as well. That's brilliant, man. That really is something. That would be life-changing, and you can do that 100%. I mean, you've already done it. You've already done it in other areas, so that's brilliant. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. So yeah, exposure therapy. You know, voluntarily, when you feel ready, there's no rush. When you feel ready, moving into the areas where your anxiety gets triggered. And I'm going to explain more. I'm going to do some separate videos on YouTube so I can really focus on that, because this is a big area. Please get your questions in. Your questions are more important than what I've got to say with the mentoring. I will continue to talk and teach, but I like to get the questions. Oh, that's amazing. You got an interesting profession. You're a professional powerlifter. Oh, it's amazing. I feel grateful to have you on my stream. Yeah, we all have ups and downs. We all have ups and downs, Brian. I've had loads. My friends have had loads. My clients, my mentors, and all we can do is encourage one another and keep going and use those ups and those ups and downs to create something meaningful. You're always welcome, Frank. You've always supported me. It's likewise. I'm just reading your thing again, Brian. I'm going through it. So you're a professional powerlifter at the beginning. That's brilliant, man. Follow your passion. You're a bit worried about people laughing at you. That's honest. You got a lot of honesty. Yeah, everyone has got that fear. I've had that too, but you'll overcome it by facing it. Focus on doing good things. You'll inspire a lot of people. You've already inspired me today by being honest and brave to admit it. Keep going. Do you know what, Frank? Nothing at the moment, but I'll let all of you know if I do. I'm still processing the 2 trips I've done, Frank. I still can't believe I've done it. As you know, I had such bad anxiety and fear to go to other countries. So the fact that I did it, it still feels like it's a dream, or I'm in a movie. So I'm just psychologically recovering from the good trauma of traveling. But yeah, I'm sure I'll do some more. I'm sure I will. Just see what happens, one day at a time. I think one of the best things that I've relearned lately about anxiety is to be completely honest about it. Notice, guys and girls, whoever's listening, those that are listening later on, when you're honest about your anxiety doesn't like it, it doesn't agree with it. And that's because your anxiety is not you, and it's not me. It's not who we are. It's part of our being human, our fears, our emotions, but it's not us. And notice how there's always that part of anxiety that will say, don't share that, don't tell other people that you're scared about something. And of course that's pride, that's ego, or you'll have it, but we get past it by sharing it. And good people like all of you actually go, I appreciate you sharing that. Now I can share my anxieties, now we can work through them and get some confidence. And that's what my message is about, and it continues to be. I'll help people whether they've got anxiety or not, as long as they're committed and I'm in a position where I can help them. But how to live a positive life, like a lot of the ingredients you've said, like working out, it's very positive, powerlifting, traveling to other countries, helping people, super positive. What other things have we got there? We spoke about the gym today. We spoke about socializing. These are all the ways in which we live a great life, and that's what people with anxiety obviously want to do. Appreciate that, man. That's lovely, Frank, man. Yeah, that makes me feel good. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Same to you. Definitely, man, definitely. I've seen it with clients, and I've been that way myself at times where they're struggling to be honest with themselves. I'm saying, I'm not judging you. I don't have a problem with you telling me about one of your anxieties or something that you're embarrassed about, which is fine, but you have a problem with it. So you have to come to terms with it yourself and accept it and have that honesty with yourself. So you're right, honesty generally does start with us. And then we make a choice if we're going to be brave and be honest with whatever we want to share with other people. Let's get a bit of water here. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do, because it's not easy for me, but it's a daily practice. A big part of getting over anxiety or recovering or controlling it more or accepting it more is letting go of control. It takes a warrior spirit for anybody of any age, any background, to even let go of the psychological control. Have you noticed that's what the anxiety does? It makes you feel like you've got to control everything, people, how they view you, your life, your finances, your health, your diet. And a lot of these things we don't have any control over. And that's a lot of the times what triggers our deepest anxieties and fears. But it's a letting go of control of what you can't control and what you shouldn't try and control. That's how you get over anxiety and enjoy it. Yeah, the daily discipline is amazing, man. As I said, I don't take credit for that. I wouldn't feel worthy to say. Okay, I put it in my teaching, but it's not mine. It come from having a mental health breakdown in 2017, thank God, recovering, and putting a collection of all my life experience of people that helped me, so many different things, and being able to kind of format it into something that people can write down, they can look at and apply every day. That's amazing. Pull-ups are amazing. Pull-ups, hill sprints are amazing. Shadow boxing. It's a blessed life, all those things. Every single person who's got major anxiety, every single one of them has got massive amounts of courage. Now, maybe some of you might want me to explain that, and I'm happy to do that. How can I explain it? Well, I'll start with myself first. Growing up, I thought I was the biggest coward ever. No one on planet Earth was more anxious and frightened and insecure than I was, right? That wasn't true, that's how I felt. My courage derived from being in those places, and that's when I realized it's not true what this anxiety is saying, that I'm not good enough, that I'm a terrible person, that I'm weak, I'm ashamed, I'm a coward, because a lot of other people didn't view me that way. But I had to learn to stop believing the anxiety and the lies, and when I did do that over a course of several experiences over many years, I think, I can't believe it, anyone can do it. And I started helping other people, and I've seen the courage from all of you, from clients and people that don't even know me, I've observed it, and they've been petrified. They've been scared to death like I have, and the courage that they've drew from their anxiety and their fear is just priceless. You're right, you know, but at the same time, of course, when we're going through certain episodes of anxiety, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing. From as young as I can remember to now, I wish I used to pray to God and say, please take this away from everyone. It's a horrible thing. People don't deserve it. It's not fair. It's nasty. It's evil. Please take it away. I haven't got the power to do that in that way, but I have got the power, and we've all got the power to have more faith, live in gratitude, learn the things that we can learn, and be as present as we can, and that's when you get rid of it. It also depends on where you're at of your anxiety. I hope this gives people hope, and I'm not saying this to be big-headed or arrogant. I get my anxiety says that, and I'm really not at all. Couldn't even be arrogant if I tried. After what I've been through in my life, been humbled and had a great life, and I've been really frightened at many stages, like all of you have, and everyone who has anxiety has had. But you can defeat it. I have done it. I had periods of my life where I got rid of it, and many people on the internet have, many of my clients have, so there is hope. But of course, challenges in life, like you said earlier on, Brian, we lose someone close to us, we have a health challenge, financial, we have a breakup, things happen in life that are not in our control. It creates a lot of anxiety, depression, pain, and then it's learning to work through that and get through it. Well, I've dedicated pretty much my entire life to understanding anxiety and fear, and really trying to enjoy life more, you know, love people more, love myself more, appreciate life, do good things, be positive, and you know, just appreciate life. You know, and the real truth is, I've said this before, and this is quite a deep thing, but it is true. Everyone has got anxiety. Of course, some people manage it better than others. Some people are in a stage in their life where they've overcome it and they found peace, which is brilliant. But nonetheless, no one living and breathing doesn't experience anxiety periodically from time to time. Everybody has. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. Anyone shouldn't be ashamed, even though people do get ashamed. And I felt like that at stages, because that's part of what anxiety does. It tends to separate if you listen to it. But the fundamental truth is everyone experiences it. Teachers, speakers, famous people, celebrities. And that's why I say, again, this might be quite deep, but I really mean it. No one's better than anyone. But when you face it, you feel great. So I've said it before, when I used to spar in the amateurs in boxing, I'd be petrified before. I'd feel sick. I'd be sweating. I'd be worried. I wanted to run away, cry for my mum to come and rescue me. But when I got in the ring and sparred, I felt amazing after. I had so much confidence and gratitude, and I was completely calm after. But of course, the next week, anxiety comes back again, you're scared again, but you've got more experience. The more you face it, the more you become comfortable with it and accept it. I'm not on medication now, but I took medication for a couple of years, 217 to about, was it 219, 220? I'm off medication. There's not, again, nothing to be embarrassed about taking medication. Are you telling me that are you taking medication? From my experience, and again, everyone's got their own right to what's right for them, but medication wasn't a long-term solution for me, but it helped me in a period where I was really struggling after a mental health breakdown. So again, not embarrassed at all, and I hope that I can help more people so they don't feel embarrassed about it. But a long-term strategy was all about changing my lifestyle and following my values and getting the help and then getting back to helping other people. Maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. I have shared my story of my mental health recovery, but obviously not everyone is going to have seen it and heard it. A question that I want to pose today and a solution is, and again, take this in the right context, it's not really about whether you've got anxiety or not, but it's how you respond to it. It's how you're able to live your life, if that makes sense. So I like to use this analogy of two people. Let's say two people. I'll use me, so I don't want to make people feel singled out. So me today at 40 years of age, and I'm going to compare myself to how I was at 19. At 19, I was petrified. I couldn't do what I'm doing now. I had massive anxiety at 19. It was full volume. And I still obviously experience anxiety now, but the difference is how I'm able to live my life now. I don't let my anxiety stop me from helping people, running a business, going to the gym, speaking, doing what I love, and helping other people. So I still experience the same symptoms and feelings, but I respond differently. And I hope that gives people a lot of, it gives people the truth, and can't find the right words now. It gives people the truth that they can take and work with. I mean, that's completely normal. I think you wouldn't be normal if you didn't feel anxiety before getting on stage. You wouldn't. Now, of course, if you're doing it every week and you're doing it consistently, you can get brilliant. You can get to a brilliant place where you've got so used to it that it's no longer a triggering point. But generally, you're going to feel anxiety before you go and give a talk or you go and do new things, and that's beautiful. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's 100% possible to improve whilst having anxiety. I've been saying that for many, many years. You've been on a lot of my streams and I've said that, but maybe that's something that you've got to confirm to yourself. But yes, it is possible. That's how you overcome anxiety. That's how you heal from it. You move forward whilst experiencing it. The answer to your question is the same. It's all about how you manage it. Now, of course, anxiety can ruin your life if you allow it to, but anxiety can change your life. So again, today with some great questions, it's your relationship with fear and anxiety. Mike Tyson has anxiety before he gets in the ring, but look at what he's achieved. And I have anxiety before I do many things, but thank God I'm able to do what I do because I've learned to manage it better, to work with it, to be honest about it when I need to call it out, and to help other people. Courage is not having anxiety and fear. It's not. Courage is having anxiety and fear, but having the courage to be able to act in spite of those feelings. And the more you do that, the more stronger you become. So maybe the question of how do I get rid of all my anxieties, probably it's not the right question, although I understand why people say that. A better question would be, how can I learn to live the best life I can live and move forward with my anxiety and not let it debilitate me? And then, you know, surprisingly, it will go away when you do that. Right, anyway, I'm going to finish up now. That feels like a good time to end. I really appreciate the stream. Thanks for all of you coming on. And you can follow my videos. I've got videos on Instagram, YouTube. And if any of you are interested in working with me, doing a mentorship program, I work with clients that are committed, that I've got a good attitude. My email address is below. You can send me an email and apply for mentorship, and I'll get back to you and see if I can work with you, all right? Good luck with that, everyone. I appreciate you coming on, and have a really good weekend.